So today we're going to head west from the California Delta to San Francisco to the Sutro baths, where Adolf Sutro built an extravagant bathhouse.
Located on the western edge of San Francisco, near the Cliff House, lies a historic site known as the Sutro Baths. It was built in the late 1800s by Adolf Sutro. Sutro, a wealthy businessman, wanted to create recreational facilities for the people of the city to enjoy. The Sutro Bath was a massive complex consisting of 6 saltwater swimming pools, a panorama of the World Museum, and a concert hall, where a live concert was performed every Sunday afternoon by the Sutro Bath Band. It was a popular destination for families and tourists, with over 1 million visitors in the first year alone. Unfortunately, the Sutro Bath was destroyed by a fire in 1966, but the ruins remain as a popular spot for the visitors to explore. As you walk through the ruins, you'll see the massive concrete foundation that once held the pools. It's a surreal experience to stand among these ruins and imagine what it must have been like to swim in these pools over a century ago. One of the most interesting things about the Sutro Bath is the way it was constructed. Adolf Sutro wanted to create a facility that would be accessible to everyone, regardless of their income, so he built the bathhouse using a combination of natural and man-made materials. The pools were filled with salt water from the ocean, which was pumped in using a system of pipes and tunnels. The bathhouse was also powered by its own steam engine, which generated electricity for the lights and other facilities. Today, the Sutro Bath is a popular spot for tourists and locals alike. The ruins offer a unique glimpse into San Francisco's history, and the surrounding area offers some of the most beautiful views of the Pacific Ocean that you'll find anywhere in the city. Next time you find yourself out in Frisco, make sure you check out the Sutro Baths. It's a fascinating piece of California Gold Rush history, definitely worth exploring.
So here we are on the grounds of the Sutro Heights Park, just south of the Sutro Bath.
The 18-acre park is on the site of the former Sutro Heights estate. In 1881, Adolf Sutro purchased 22 acres of undeveloped land south of Point Lobos and north of Ocean Beach at the western edge of the city. It included spectacular views of Mount Tamalpais, the Golden Gate Strait, and Marin Headlands to the north. The grounds consisted of a spacious, turreted mansion, a carriage house, and a glass-paned conservatory greenhouse, where Sutro housed many climate-sensitive tropical plants from around the world. An observation platform plaza that overlooked the Cliff House, as well as the Dolce Far Niente balcony, a long terrace-like structure on the cliff overlooking Ocean Beach. There were also several additional outer buildings set in an ornate Victorian garden. Today, the well house is the last surviving building from the Sutro era. It isn't known whether the structure ever actually housed a well, but it did contain plumbing for a pair of drinking fountains mounted on opposite sides of the structure. In 1885, Sutro decided to open up his elegant Victorian garden to the public and allowed strolling the grounds for the donation of a dime. That small fee helped to pay the gardeners, machinists, and drivers he employed to maintain the grounds. There were hedge mazes, carpet bed parterres where flowers, bushes, grass, and moss were carefully trimmed into words in unique shapes and designs. Sutro decided to bring an aura of European sophistication to the grounds and grace the property with over 200 sculptures, fountains, planters, and decorative outdoor furniture. Included were many replicas of famous Greek and Roman statues. These statues were placed throughout the garden and stood on top of the stone-curved observation parapet wall. looking out towards the Pacific. To provide inexpensive transportation, Sutro built a passenger steam train from downtown to Land's End. The Land's End was an underdeveloped area that was mostly accessible by carriage companies and horseback, and was a popular Sunday destination for picnickers and small game hunters who traveled along the Old Point Lobos Toll Road, a privately owned access road now known as Geary Street. This new train provided an easier, sightseeing day trip to places like the Cliff House, a popular destination where visitors could gaze upon the Pacific Ocean and watch the sea lions sunning themselves on the nearby Seal Rocks. The new Sutro steam train opened on March 1, 1886, and ran from the intersection of California and Central, now Presidio Avenue, to Land's End. There are tales of a first version of an unofficial first Cliff House that was built by Samuel Brannan in 1853, an early Mormon settler, businessman, and journalist who founded the California Star, the first newspaper in San Francisco. Brannan supposedly paid $1,500 for lumber salvaged from a ship that wrecked on the rocky cliffs of the Seal Rocks. Here it is believed he built the first unofficial Cliff House, although there is no historical evidence known that proves this building's existence. 10 years later, in 1863, real estate speculator Charles C. Butler received financial backing from State Senator John P. Buckley, who was also the corporate officer of the Toll Road Company, to build the first officially recognized Cliff House. This version of the Cliff House would be destroyed in a chimney fire on Christmas night of 1894. It wasn't until 1896 that Sutro rebuilt the Cliff House completely from the ground up as a 7-story Victorian chateau. It was affectionately called the Gingerbread Palace by some, and featured a lavish dining room, a concert hall, and art gallery. It became a social hotspot, attracting both locals and tourists who sought refuge in its grandeur. Unfortunately, the tale of the second Cliff House takes a bittersweet turn. In 1907, a year after surviving the Great San Francisco earthquake and fire of 1906, which destroyed most of the city, another devastating fire reduced this architectural wonder to ashes, leaving only memories of its once glorious existence. While the second Cliff House may no longer stand, its legacy lives on through the stories told by historians and the images captured in black and white photographs. After the fire, Dr. Emma Merritt, Sutro's daughter, commissioned to rebuild the restaurant in a neoclassical style. It was completed within 2 years and is the basis of the structure seen today.